Last month, I sat down at my kitchen table with my electric bill, my grocery receipts, and my bank statement, and honestly, it made my stomach drop. Everything is more expensive right now. Housing, food, electricity, all of it climbing at once, and none of it in our control. So I did something that surprised even me. I stopped trying to find a new hack, a new app, a new trick. Instead, I went back to the way my own grandmother ran her household in the 1950s, raising 4 kids on a mechanic's salary. And I brought 12 of her habits back into my own life at 58. Stick around until number 1, because that habit alone did more for my finances than anything else on this list combined. Let's get into it. Number 12. Sitting on the porch instead of turning everything on. In the 1950s, evenings meant the porch light on and everything inside switched off. Today, we walk into an empty house and lights, television, and the air conditioner are all running for nobody. The Department of Energy estimates the average household wastes close to $200 a year just like that. I started sitting outside in the evening, no television, no extra lights. My electric bill dropped $19 a month. That's under a minute of effort for over $200 a year. Number 11. The one new thing a season rule. My grandmother bought herself exactly 1 new item of clothing each season, and everything else got mended, handed down, or worn until it genuinely couldn't be worn anymore. We buy constantly now, and most of it barely gets touched. I gave myself the same rule this year: 1 new piece every 3 months, nothing else. I have spent less on clothing in the last 6 months than I used to spend in a single trip to the mall. Number 10. Calling a repairman before calling it trash. When my grandmother's toaster or vacuum broke, she called a repairman. Today, the moment something stops working, we throw it in the bin and buy new. My vacuum died in March. A new one would have cost me $180. I found a small repair shop instead, and it cost me $35 to fix. It still works perfectly. Number 9. Making your own laundry detergent. Store-bought detergent runs $15 to $20 a bottle now, and most bottles barely last a month in a busy household. My grandmother made her own with a bar of soap, washing soda, and borax, 3 ingredients that cost under $10 and last half a year. I started making mine in March. I've spent $8 on laundry soap since then. I used to spend that in a single trip to the store. Number 8. A big Sunday roast stretched 3 ways. 1 chicken on Sunday became chicken sandwiches on Monday and a pot of soup by Wednesday. Nothing got thrown away and nothing got wasted. A rotisserie chicken costs about $8 now, and it can feed me for 3 separate meals if I plan it right. I started doing this every single Sunday. My weekly grocery bill dropped by almost $30. If this is helpful so far, tap that like button. It really does help the video reach more people, and I read every comment. So tell me which habit you already do without even realizing it. Number 7. The 3-day list. If my grandmother saw something she wanted in a store, she wrote it down and walked away. If she still wanted it 3 days later, she went back for it. Most of the time, she never went back. I started keeping a small notebook in my purse for exactly this. 9 times out of 10, whatever I wrote down on Monday, I have completely forgotten wanting by Thursday. Number 6. A swap night with the neighbors. Instead of shopping for things we barely use, neighborhoods used to trade. A ladder for an afternoon, a stack of mason jars, a casserole dish nobody was using. I started a monthly swap night on my street. Just four of us bringing things we don't need anymore. I haven't bought a kitchen gadget or garden tool in almost a year. Number 5, a windowsill of herbs. You don't need land, you need 4 small pots. My grandmother kept basil, mint, and parsley on her windowsill her entire life. Mine cost me under $10 to start, and they've been producing all season. Fresh herbs at the store run $3 to $4 a package, and I was buying them weekly. Number 4, mending instead of tossing. A missing button, a small tear, a hem that came loose. None of it used to mean a trip to the store. A basic sewing kit costs $4 and takes 30 minutes to learn. I've saved 2 coats and 4 shirts this year that I would have thrown away without a second thought. Before we get to the final habits, if you're enjoying these, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. I post a new video every week, and I would genuinely love to have you here. Number 3, no plastic on Fridays. Every Friday, I pay in cash only. Groceries, gas, everything. Studies consistently show people spend 15 to 20% less when they physically hand over money instead of tapping a card. My grandmother never owned a credit card in her life. She paid cash for everything, and she never carried a dollar of debt. This single habit alone has saved me more than any coupon ever has. Number 2, asking one question before every single purchase. Do I need this, or did I just see it? That's it. That's the whole habit. Stores are built by people whose entire job is making you want things you didn't know existed 10 minutes ago. My grandmother never had a shopping app pinging her phone all day. I started asking myself this one question at the register, out loud in my head, every time. It has quietly killed more impulse purchases than I can count. And finally, number 1, the habit that ties every single one of these together. My grandmother had a phrase she said so often growing up that I didn't understand its weight until I was well into my own 50s. Use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. We live in a world that constantly tells us the version we have isn't good enough anymore. The bag is fine, but there's a newer one. The phone works, but there's a newer model. The coat still fits, but it's out of style. I call this the newer is better tax, and it is the single most expensive habit most of us don't even realize we're paying into every single week. At 58, this is the lesson I wish someone had handed me at 30. It was never about how much money came in. It was always about how much I let walk right back out the door for things I didn't actually need. Living this way isn't about doing without. It's about finally feeling like you have enough. And that feeling is worth more than anything sitting on a store shelf. So there you have it. 12 habits from the 1950s that are more relevant today than they've been in decades. Our grandmothers weren't behind the times. They were ahead of ours. Which one of these are you trying first? Did I miss a habit your own grandmother swore by? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you liked this, I think you're going to love the video right here on your screen.